Hey everybody, welcome back to Grit and Grind. So we are over here at the dealership once again, parking lot expanding. So, using that excavator, and is the dozer behind it? The dozer is not behind it. To figure out where that's sitting. Oh, it's out there in the back. So we gotta check fluids in that, in the dozer. And one of those rock trucks over there is what we've been using. So you might have seen it in an older video. All this was woods previously. And we put this entrance in right here, cleaned up this ditch. All this is going to get piped into there. It's going to get piped. And all of this was woods. So it started up where those couple of pine trees are, and then went a little bit farther up into there. Some of it was a little thicker than this, but this gives you an idea of what was in here. And we went way, way down there. Way down there. To the back side of that topsoil pile. And you can barely just see, counting up, right there. Right there. That was some of the dirt that we're messing with in a couple videos when we were loading out for that house build. That is a big topsoil pile. So we are going to check fluids in this equipment, and then you're going to come along with me as we work today. What we still have to do is grade this up a little bit more. Up there, past those rocks that you see, past those rocks, that's got to get focus, topsoil, and then into all here is going to be expanded parking lot. We got millings to come down, and we're going to see how far we can go. We definitely don't have enough to make it all the way back there, but on the back side of that topsoil pile is a big millings pile. But all this is going to be more parking lot. So I'll check fluids and we'll get going. All right, fluids in the Komatsu PC290 are good to go. As always, this machine is for sale at the dealership. It's got a nice thumb on there, decent bucket. I'll link it in the description below. NFE sales, Niagara Frontier Equipment sales. And if you either are in or around Lockport, New York, or if you want to ship it, you can check this machine out online. So let's walk down here to the dozer. Kind of sucks that it's all the way down here, but give you more of an idea of what we've been doing. So all of this, all woods, no longer woods, which is nice. And they're getting a ton of parking. So they go way, 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 way back, all the way back into that tree line, a long way into that tree line still. And every now and again, they just have us come out and keep expanding. And we work out deals. Works out for all the parties. There's that millings pile that I was telling you about. And it may look small on camera. It's not that small. We definitely won't have enough to do all of this, but it is better than it was. So I believe today I have to grade this off a bit, and it's really dusty, so that's fun. Grade all this off, and then I think we're going to go down behind those pines, clear a little bit more, and then start to do stuff with all of this. So this is a Cat D6N LGP. It's the high track 6-way blade, also for sale on nfesales.com. Same rules if you are in Lockport or around Lockport, New York, or if you want to ship it, they will do that. It's been a really good machine. Same with the 290. Been doing all this expansion with all of this. But give you a view all the way around. Both in very nice shape. And again, I'll link it in the description below. It's Niagara Frontier Equipment Sales. So, check fluids, and we'll get going. All right, I'm going to take this time to remind you that I am not by any means a really great dozer operator, but we are in the dozer, and all that I was showing you in the previous clip, we're going to knock this all around because rock truck's going to be coming in and out of here. We're not going to spend too much time because it's super dusty out, but let's at least try and get some of this schmoozed out a bit so we're not bouncing all the way around all day. We got a lot of holes in here, so if we can just fill them in a little bit, it's gonna make it better for everyone. Mostly on the other side, but you'll see as we go along here. And, you know, there is some garbage from where we were loading out trees. We can come back through and pick that out later with the excavator. A lot of these sticks and things. So that way we don't have a huge mess to deal with. Yeah, see that rolling off the blade? Garbage. Just lots of garbage. But we'll get it. Just take a little bit of time. And they're going to gain a lot of usable space. Compared to what they started out with. Yeah. Just try and get this quickly roughed in. My dad will be here any minute, and then we'll have to start loading out some topsoil to fix up at the top. Which is no big deal. I do really like this D6. I don't think I did it first, but it really grew on me, actually. It's pretty good for, finish grading. Prefer a 4-way blade if you're pushing dirt and just trying to, push long ways, do cuts, things like that. 4-way blade's going to be better, but this is overall pretty good machine for what we're doing. Like I said, just roughing this in, pushing some of that garbage out to the end. He can pick it out with the 290, and then we can push a lot of that piles back in without everything in it. And a lot of what's in here is all rock, so that doesn't help our cause too much for grading. It's topsoil and a lot of rock, so trying to get a decent grade in here is tough. My dad's better at it, so I'm sure he'll do it before we start putting millings down. Up front is a lot better where we walked in from by the 290. Down here is still pretty rough, but you can only get it so perfect to start out with, or you'll just keep chasing rocks and just keep beating this down for a while. So I don't know how easy it is to tell on camera, but there is, like I said, a lot of junk in there from the trees we took down. So just get this roughed in for now, and then we'll pick through that and take that pile and probably push it back this way because there's some low spots, and then it's kind of fine about 30 feet in front of the pile and probably goes out about another 80 feet, and then it gets rough again. So maybe we'll go in there real quick and just push that around a bit. And then I think we're going to switch to the rock truck and start hauling material. Some topsoil up front, and then millings up front to start with. So I'll pick you back up in a little bit. So now we're in the 290 and trying to get some topsoil. I'm going to try and take off this corner, but we'll see where the best way to load is. My dad's over in the rock truck, or grabbing the rock truck. See what we can get out of here. Scrape some of this vegetation off. Don't really need that to go in there. And just put it off to the side over here. Out of our way. And this will be a little bit of a small bucket for loading rock truck with material. worked really well for loading out these trees, but oh well, a little slower cycle times, not the end of the world. This machine does not have a quick coupler on it currently, so it would take a little bit to change out the bucket, and I think at the moment they don't have a bigger bucket to fit this machine. They have a little bit smaller machine and bigger machines, but that's okay. So scraping this off while we're waiting for him. My only kind of gripe with this machine, which isn't even really that big of a gripe, but everything works pretty good. The thumb is a little slow. You could actually probably get some adjustment out of that, but I'm not messing with the settings. But other than that, everything pretty fast, works good. Komatsu's run forever, so I'm not really surprised. Alright, I'll pick you back up when he comes over here and we get loading. Yeah, probably about 10 loads he's thinking that'll have to go up front. Plus or minus a couple loads. And then that'll have to get graded up there. And then might start loading millings. But we'll see. He has a couple things that need to get accomplished today. So we'll see where we end up, how things present itself. All right, so we've loaded a couple trips out of here. I think this is load number 5. My dad's in the rock truck, and I am running the 290, loading out topsoil. So it's a little bit slow with this bucket. It's about 18 scoops to fill it, but we'll just keep plugging away. It is what it is. And this is pretty good topsoil. It's raw topsoil. If I didn't mention that before, not screened topsoil or shredded topsoil. I know that's what they want to do here at some point. Just haven't got the time yet to do it. But it is really, really nice material in here. So in Western New York, we get a lot of clay. So when you get good topsoil, you save it, just like we've been doing all along. Luckily, this is short trips for him, so his cycle time leaving me back to me is only about a minute 30 seconds. Keeps us going pretty quick. And I think eventually they want to move this topsoil pile anyway, so it's good that we're using some of it. Condense it up a little bit. It's not a bad thing. And without the tailgate on this truck, because we're using it to move fill, I can't get it as full as I would like. But still holds quite a bit. Better than the last time when we were loading tandem. Several videos ago at this point. And we're into October right now. At night, it's getting down into the mid 50s, but it's going to be a high of 80 degrees right now. And it's still pretty early in the morning, but it's already getting pretty warm in this machine. I'm going to have to turn the air on here pretty quick. As you can tell, still continues to be super dusty around here. We haven't had any significant rain in probably 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So it'd be nice to get something to knock some of this dryness down, to get the dust to settle. I think we'll get one more in there. All right, send him on his way. We'll keep scratching at this pile. Just keep whittling it down. And that's what we're gonna do dozens more times today. And maybe eventually we'll start taking some of these millings and hauling it out there. But see how far we get. All right. Well, you see me do this. I don't want to continue to bore you too long, so I'll pick you back up here in a little bit when we have something a bit more exciting or different going on. And let me know, how many scoops of topsoil was that we just loaded on him? I said around 18. Leave it in the comments below. So we switched to millings now, and I'm playing double duty, loading and running with the Terex rock truck. Climb up here. A little more difficult one-handed. Oh. Pretty comfortable cab. First time I've ever ran a Terex rock truck. So let's park and brake off and forward, and we're off. These trucks are also for sale on nfesales.com. Niagara Frontier Equipment, again in Lockport, New York, but they will also help you arrange shipping if you need big equipment. He's got plenty of these still left. I think he sold 2 of them. But this one we're running, and I think at least 2 more of those are for sale. So check them out. They update their inventory all the time, and they always have equipment coming in and out. So if you don't happen to see something too, because it goes so quick, you can always call and check with them. I'll link it in the description below. But yeah, so we're coming back up here to the front where I showed you guys earlier, and my dad is bulldozing. We took 7 loads of topsoil up front, I believe. And he'll probably be back in the rock truck, or I'll be in the rock truck and he'll be loading at some point here in the future. But for now, this is load number 3 coming up here. See. Okay, back it up. Might be kind of hard to see in the mirrors. That one is definitely hard to see in. Neutral. And can't see out the back, but we're going. And the beeping is because our bed is up in the air. And we're in neutral, so it's just pushing us forward. All right, we're up. Shifting to forward. Move forward, okay, put the bed down. All right, and this is what we're gonna keep doing dozens more times until this is done. I'm gonna keep playing rock truck driver for now, and at some point I'll get my help back. And we're gonna try and move that whole pile, hopefully today. So I'll pick you back up a little later and we'll see how we made out. Well, guys, didn't quite get through the entire pile, but we did get a lot done out here way up at the front and made it 3/4 of the way through the pile. So if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share away for anyone who you think might like it. It looks lighter here than it is, but it's actually pretty dark. So I'm going to go move this loader back up to the top. And that's going to be it for this episode. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see different things, let me know in the comments below. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content.